Hello there guys, welcome back to another episode of E&Ftv. Today we're at the beautiful Bankside Hotel for the Great M&E Debate. This is going to be the biggest event that Edwards and Finn have ever hosted, and it's something that we've been incredibly excited about for some time. We've got some amazing moderators, some amazing panelists, and a great day filled with compelling discussion and hopefully a bit of positive conflict. But my partner in crime, one second, I'll grab him over, come here. So, Peter, who's waiting in the wings, mate, I can't wait for today. It's going to be a good one.
Got those kind of pre-event sort of nervy, tingly things where you're not quite sure what's going to happen or who's going to turn up or
how it's going to turn out.
No, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, all our little videos all the way up to the run-up of this, me and you have been a bit giddy schoolboys with our little secrets. But today, finally, we get to just share everything with everybody, and the anticipation from our end has been really cool, and I can't wait to see how it all turns out.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this week's episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and go check out the hotel, and we'll see you towards the end.
My favourite part of the day as I was a speaker and moderator was the questions that came from the audience. It was really great to have that breadth of perspective, not only from the panellists, but also from the questions from the audience. Talking to people through the event and in the breaks that we had, it's great to hear people saying how this has been talked about for so long. Meetings and events revenue management. Now it's time for us to really move forward in what we do about revenue management in the meetings and event space.
So I think what makes this event really different to others that I've been to throughout this year and previously is really around the opportunity not just to get some information from some industry leaders and hear some opinions out there in terms of what's going on and what are the hot topics, but the ability to engage with the discussions, not just from a Q&A perspective, but being able to share our opinions as well. So there's an opportunity to network, which really always helps, whoever you are, but also be able to talk about topics that are different each time there's something that comes up that we need to talk about as a collective in the industry. So these kind of events are really good, and I think normally you would target them towards revenue management, sales, marketing, but actually these are really interesting topics that we're discussing moving forward, and it really opens itself up to the wider commercial community. So I think there's an opportunity for all of those three disciplines to be able to engage. And even today we had some finance people, we had other parts of the business that really are interested in the commercial evolution and how we tackle our businesses in that area. So I think it's open to everyone.
So it's important to sponsor this event today because we're expanding the M&E market, and it's very important for us to listen to the customer and to the industry and to hear what they need, because we're not building products for ourselves, we're actually building products for our partners. So it's very important for us to listen closely to also cover the industry needs. So events like this is so important for the industry because I really love the controversial discussion. So it's not just agreeing on something and everybody is just being nice to each other, it's also having different perspective. This whole industry, every single property is so different, have different needs. It's great just to see how we can talk about everything, agree on something, but also disagree on some things, which gives us great insights.
For someone who spends a lot of my time at various events, whether they're investment conferences, operator events, and more specific events like this, which is quite targeted on meeting events, the thing I found different about this, and the thing I probably enjoyed the most, is that people could just be candid and open and have a real, get to the nitty-gritty of the conversation, because quite often, certainly the larger events, there's a lot of agreement on stage, there's a lot of very high-level brushstroke approach to the conversation, and actually we were able to get into the weeds of it today, have a real good conversation, and people were really honest. There was a good bit of battling on stage, and I think that's really healthy and useful, and we came away with a conclusion. So I think that's also something you can take away and do something with. So I wanted to be involved overall in this event because number one, I feel like I come from conference and events background, right? So I spent the first 4 years of my career as a conference and events manager, and I have a lot of passion for this side of the industry that I think often gets overlooked or forgotten about, right? Because we're so focused on selling bedrooms in general. So I wanted to be part of it. I think it was a really topical discussion. I also think because I can translate what is being spoken about from investors' point of view, because I've spent a lot of time on the stage at investment conferences. We pull the data together from all parts of the hotel operation at Hotstat, so of course it fits quite nicely. It dovetails really nicely with what venue performance are doing, of course, and what a lot of the discussions today were about, which is, we need better metrics, we need better ways of looking at it. We need to take it forward and come up with more innovative ways of doing things, but also recognizing the challenges that are currently at the table, which for me is great context also to support the numbers and the presentations that I do globally.
Guys, what an amazing day it's been here at the Bankside Hotel for the Great M&E Debate, and I'm with my good friend and partner in crime, Peter. Peter, mate, how do you think today's been?
Well, I'm sort of quietly proud, sort of what we've done.
I'm loudly proud.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
better than I expected.
Yes.
Engagement was better.
Yeah.
The debates were better. Can I say that? Better than what I was thinking,
Yeah,
thinking they might be. Yeah, I
carefully.
know. That doesn't mean to say that I thought they were going to be rubbish, but they put a lot. The panelists had put loads of prep into it.
Yeah, they did.
Which I was really impressed by, and they really knew their stuff. And then the questions from the floor. I think it's been great.
Yeah.
Voting's been a bit of fun.
I think that was such a nice touch.
Good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was such a nice touch.
But how weird that both votes were 62-38.
Yes, exactly. On both panels. So it was the exact same split.
Freaky.
I couldn't have predicted that. I suppose one thing that I completely agree with you on all points. One thing that immediately sprung out to me, even early on with the first panel, was the immediate engagement. In fact, before the first panel with the economist Tom. Was it Tom?
Yeah.
So Tom, he had what, like 5-10 minutes worth of questions just being fired at him.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, we're only 9:30 and we're already having this engagement.
Yeah.
I thought as soon as we get into the lively debates, where opening statements are made, rebuttals are made, questions are coming in, it just ended up being such an engaging day throughout. There wasn't really any dips.
No, I think because we'd framed it quite well. If I was to sort of big ourselves up a little bit, we framed it quite well. We got everybody thinking and preparing for debate, preparing for questions. I think the relaxed environment, Bankside Hotel is just perfect. Everybody loved it. The format, the beanbags. I think everything was relaxed and Chatham House rules. So there was nothing, out these four walls. It just kind of worked. The blend worked, didn't it? All the component parts worked, and so it flowed, which is the best bit. And there's still people,
Well, I was going to say,
still here, drinks upstairs.
Exactly. So for anyone that doesn't know, this doesn't actually end now. Everyone is still eating away and drinking and networking. And then after this, we're actually going up to the Terrace, which I know, if our video team have done their magic, you would have already seen a really good snapshot of the Terrace, and that's where we're going to be going later on this afternoon to enjoy the rest of the afternoon and evening. Peter, mate, I think we both feel really good about this today. And I think the industry, I think it was brilliant to see that community element, that connection element, but also I think Mike put it really brilliantly earlier actually in this video, was he said that we came away with conclusions, we came away with things that people can leave with, which I think with events like this, sometimes we find, and this is the whole reason we created this, sometimes we find that we hear from sponsors that are just selling the product, right? They're pushing the product and they want people to engage with that. But our event was completely apart from that. It was dedicated to the industry. It was dedicated to people that live and breathe it, and it was dedicated to them to find opportunities for change.
Yeah, and for me, the key thing is they've asked for more. So they've asked us to do follow-ups, to don't stop here. This is the beginning. So that kind of suggests that we're doing something good for the industry. So
well, why don't we end it there?
Yay.
So a little teaser from Peter and I of what could come in the future. we've got a lot of big plans. We've got a lot of things in the pipeline coming. One thing that we do have is the buy-in from the industry, and it's something that we're massively excited about. So I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for tuning into this week's episode. Peter, mate, it's been an amazing day, and thank you so much for wanting to be part of it. And again, I've loved working with you yet again.
Yeah, it's been good. It's worked.
We're looking forward to what's next.
Yeah.
So again, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.